Alright guys, so here's just some extra example problems to help solidify this lesson, hopefully. So let's do the example here. The cheer squad is made up of 12 girls, okay? A captain and a co-captain are selected at random. Wow, that's kind of messed up. What is the probability that Chantel and Cadence, oh, that's a cool name, Chantel and Cadence are chosen as leaders? Okay, so this is going to break down step by step, okay? So step one, find the number of possible outcomes. So what are all the possible ways? Well, there's 12 girls, okay? And you're picking how many? You're going to pick 2, right? One co-captain, one captain. Okay, so what are the total numbers of ways? You can put this in your calculator, right? I'm just going to show all my work, just be cool. Boom. 12 factorial over 10 factorial. What's left over is really just, actually I'll show my work. Boom, boom. Bam. These will die off. Boom, boom. So you're left with 10 times 12, which equals 132. Okay. So this is the total, like all the possible ways the girls can be chosen. Okay. Find the number of favorable outcomes. Okay. So favorable. Okay. There's actually 2 outcomes that you want. The 2 outcomes are the captain can either be Chantel, and if she's the captain, what about Cadence? Cadence is the co-captain, okay? So that's one way, Cadence. And what's the other way? The other way is if you switch them, right? Cadence is captain, Cadence, and Chantel. Okay, boom. So there are 2 ways, okay, that we want. Okay, it doesn't matter who's captain as long as it is these 2 girls who are chosen, okay? So and then it's 2 over 132, which is 1 over 66, okay? I think for this case, leave it as a fraction. Decimal is fine too. You round to nearest tenths. I don't know what the textbook wants from you. I kind of forgot. So fraction or decimals, they both work. Just make sure you check. Okay, this one's pretty hard, okay? This is next level stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna do this hard one, and you guys will do 2 and 3 on your own, okay? Let me change the stars so it's like, boom, those are the 2 you're doing. Okay, number uno, you have a textbook for each of the following subject. Espanol, English O, Chemistry O, Geometry O, History O. Oh, and Psychology O. If you choose 4 of these at random to arrange on a shelf. Okay, so you're picking 4 of them, right? How many do you have total? N equals 6, okay? And how many do you want? You're picking 4. Okay, so that's like the total. What is the probability that the geometry textbook will be first from the left and the chemistry textbook will be second? Ooh, okay, I'm gonna draw you a little visual here, okay? 4 books. Okay, 4 books. What book has to be on the left? Geometry book, right? So this is geometry. What's the next one? Chemistry, okay? So this is what you want. Okay, I'm very specific right here. This is what you want. You're gonna pick 4 books. First one has to be geometry. The second one from the left has to be chemistry. Do we care what the other books are? The answer is hell no, we don't. Okay, so how many books are left? You chose those 2 out of how many books? There were 6 books, right? Shoot. There were 6 books. You already chose 2. How many books are left? 4 books are left. 4 left. So how many options do I have for this slot? 4. How many options do I have for this slot? 3. Okay. So what are my possible ways that I want? There are 12 ways. 4 times 3. Okay. There are only 12 ways that could work. Okay. And again, we have to make sure geometry is here and chemistry is here. Okay, you can't change those spots. So there's 12 ways. What is the total number of ways, right? So the total ways is 6. There's 6 books and you're picking how many? 4. Right, put this in your calculator, you should get 360. So these are the total ways, okay? But the way that you want it to work out, geometry being first, chemistry second, there are only 12 ways here. So in the end, the probability, because that's what you're trying to find here, the probability is 12, what you want, over the total, which is 1 over 30. Boom. Okay. So a little tricky. Think about this problem for a bit. Okay. This one, you're kind of combining the fundamental counting theorem. Okay. So that will work. This 4 times 3 is really essentially 4 pick 2, right? There's 4 books, but you're only picking 2, right? Because you have 4 books left and you're only picking like 2 spots. So this would be 12 as well. Okay. Just a side note, this here is represented by 4 pick 2. Okay. So yeah, I'm trying to simplify. So what you're actually doing is 4 pick 2 over, right? There are 4 spots. You only pick for 2 of them, since geometry and chemistry are solidified there. And the total was 6 pick 4. Okay, that's another way for like your final answer. If you punch this in your calculator, you will get 1 over 30. Okay. All right, hit pause here. Okay, read the next 2 problems and try it yourself. All right, let's check our problems here. Okay, a high school performs a production of A Raisin in the Sun with each freshman English class of 18 students. Okay, there are 18 students. If 3 members of the crew are decided at random, what is the probability that Chase is selected for lighting, Jaden for props, and Emelina for spotlighting? Okay, so in this case right here, what you're doing, okay, you want, how many specific options do you want? This right here, you want Chase for lighting, Jaden for props, and Emelina for spotlighting. Okay, that's one specific order, right? That's one order, right? It's not like Chase could be props and Jaden could be lighting. No, we want Chase to be lighting, Jaden to be props, and Emelina to be spotlighting. So that's why on the top here, you only want one way. There's only one way that you want. Out of how many options are there? 18 students, and how many are you picking? You're picking 3. Okay, and so ultimately is 1 over 4,896. Okay, so again, basically you have 3 slots, right? 1, 2, 3. The total number of ways, 18 times 17 times 16, this gets you 4,896 as well. Okay, so just again, I know it's kind of weird, but this whole phrasing right here, this is just one order. This is one specific order, which is why it's 1 over the total. Okay, next one, driving. All right, Asian drivers. What is the probability that a license plate using the letters C, F, and F and 3331 will be this? Oh, interesting. Well, okay, so you can only use these letters apparently and these numbers. Okay, and you basically say, what are the chances when you arrange them, it will become this? Okay, so what are all the ways to order this? Okay, all the ways to order this, how many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7. So n equals 7. What are repeating? This F here, this is F. F repeats 2 times. 3 repeats 3 times. So all the number of ways you can rearrange this is 420. Okay, and again, dividing by the repeating, you get rid of the repeats, right? Because obviously, if you switch, like here, if you switch this 3 with this 3, if you switch those 3s, does that change it? It doesn't, right? So we make sure we get rid of those orders. So it's just 420. And what specific order do we want? This order right here, which is, again, one specific order, which is why you put 1 over 420. Okay, hopefully this makes sense. This actually kind of works out with the schedule. Wednesday, we have the tutoring session, and like the next lesson is very similar. It's just slightly tweaked. Okay, so if you have questions about the calculator stuff, you can totally ask me on Wednesday. Okay, all right, have a good day, guys.